If you want to grow your local audience this year, you want to grow your email list, this is the type of content that you should be creating. This is the type of content that you should be promoting to grow your email list and grow your audience. And when I tell you, this is probably going to be the most fun of the content that you can create for your local area. People enjoy this and they really want this type of content. So you should start planning right now. Yes, we just went back to school, or maybe kids are going back to school here in these next couple of weeks. And with that, I want you to start planning for your fall content. And here is why. Fall content is something that people start looking for early, especially when kids are going back to school. Fall content is showing up on my Instagram like crazy right now. People are counting down the days. They are looking for cooler weather. They want that cozy fall feeling. They're over summer. And this is the perfect opportunity if you need to grow your audience, you want to connect with more local people, or you want to grow your email list, to use this to your advantage as a real estate agent. Because like we've talked about so many times, you cannot just be posting real estate content. You really need to be posting hyper local content. And with that, using a season that is so popular is a way to do that. So you're going to grab attention where the attention is already naturally going. You don't have to convince people that they need to hear about what's going on in your town and your state for fall. They're already looking. They already want to know. You're just going to be one of the ones that's capturing part of that attention and giving them what they want. And in exchange, you're going to grow your audience. You're going to grow your email list. Maybe you're going to grow a Facebook group, and you're going to be able to be in front of these people and have something valuable to provide them where their attention is already going. So let's talk about the different types of content that you can be creating and how you can kind of repurpose some of this. So all of these individual items could be an individual Instagram post, an individual TikTok video, an individual Facebook post, maybe an individual email. You could do a running series on Instagram, TikTok, and or your email list. And you can also do a blog post or a couple of blog posts on your website. And now these are both evergreen and seasonal in the sense that every year people are looking for these topics if you're going to go the blog route. But obviously in the spring, people are probably not going to be planning what to do in your area for fall. But if you approach it that every year, that blog post is going to be relevant for a couple months out of the year, then you have a seasonally evergreen blog post on your website that can really help with search traffic. And then also you can become known as a real estate agent who is going to provide like the best fall info, give you the best guide to fall in your city, town, state, depending on how big of an area you're working. And you can become partially known for that. I have a lot of friends who are like, hey, are you going to still be sharing your fall information this year, even though you're not doing as much real estate and you're doing marketing? Like, are you going to share with us the fall things to do and your pumpkin patch lists and all of that? And so I think I'll probably still send some stuff out to just my local, friends and family that are on my email list because they still want it. But that's the kind of thing that you can do, is that people know, hey, every year she's going to be putting out this content. You're going to be putting out this content. And I want to make sure that I stay, in tune with that because it's something that I care about and I want to experience fall. So let's talk about the different types of content, some different content ideas for you, and start planning it now, because this is something where if you pre-plan it really well, you can definitely take advantage of the whole season and really get eyes on you and your content. So the very first thing, if you want to create a full seasonal guide that is a lead magnet download, or create an email series as a lead magnet download, maybe you do a 4 to 5 week fall guide to fall in city/town that is something where you can promote it and get people onto your email list. Now, additionally, you can also do this, but in maybe a fridge magnet with a list of fall events, or even a brochure or seasonal flyer. Do one of these quarterly flyers and send out a list, and that way people can have something physical as well. So you may want to consider kind of doing a cross between both the digital content and physical content that either somebody can stick on the fridge because it's a magnet, or they just use one of their own magnets, stick it on the fridge, and now your face, your brand is in front of people, not only online, but also in their homes, which is super powerful. Okay, so the first couple of ideas are list type content. So the fall lists are really popular, at least in my area, which would be including a list of pumpkin patches, a list of fall events. If you guys have fairs and festivals in your area, this could be something that's really good to include. Maybe fall concerts. Do a Halloween event, trick-or-treating, trunk-or-treating, maybe the best trick-or-treating neighborhoods. I know here in Phoenix, a lot of people go to different neighborhoods for trick-or-treating, or they will go to like a community trunk-or-treat. That's safer. It might not actually be on Halloween, but just different types of events like that. Also, if you are into all things like spooky, you could do a haunted house list as well. So that list type content is a really easy type of content that you can do a shorter version on, let's say, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, but then be like, hey, I have a full list of this going out in a seasonal guide or in an email series. So join the email list, and now you have people both on social media and on your email list. And of course, email list is where I want as many people as possible. I want to get as many people locally as a real estate agent on my email list. That way I can stay in touch with them. And if anything ever happens with social media, I don't have to worry about it. So that is something where I would say, get people, use shorter versions of the content on social media to get people onto your email list. Next, fall day trips, doing a guide to fall day trips. Maybe you have some areas near you that have really pretty fall hikes or fall scenery. Do a guide to different places that people can go on fall day trips. A lot of people think about, summer vacation or traveling for Christmas, right, to see family and friends. But what about, short day trips that somebody could take to embrace the scenery, even if it's just going out for the day or going out for the weekend. Give them some, an idea of what's beyond just your particular city, because that is one thing, especially when people are moving and they're looking at other areas, is sometimes, exploring what's beyond your particular city or town and what is within your state or what's within a drivable distance that is maybe not an everyday experience, but they can experience with just a short drive. Next would be a list of food. So think, do a guide or a list or an email series on, the bakeries, the coffee shops, the bars, and the wineries. Let people know who has, seasonal menu items, who has, seasonal goods at, what the environment is like, why it's perfect for fall. Something that is going to almost always be an attraction for people is to include food. People care about food, they care about food and drinks. So what kind of local businesses and places can you highlight and just talk about, bring in that seasonal element? Maybe they have the pumpkin spice donuts or, the apple pie, or I don't know if that's a fall thing, but just incorporate the seasonal food element. So the next thing that you could do is a more general events guide for, September through November or September through December for your area. Again, this is something that people can refer back to. So if you start promoting this at the end of this month or going into early September, and people get that, maybe it's a guide of some kind, maybe it's that brochure that you send out physically or the fridge magnet. Now you have an an item that they're going back to. It has your branding on it. It's from you. Your name is attached to what they're referring back to. And now you can go and be kind of top of mind just through the fact that they're going back to look at that list of events, in September, in October. Maybe they, print it out from your, email, and they highlight, what they want to go to, or they put it on their calendar, right? Now you're kind of top of mind because you're the one that reminded them through digital and physical formats of what's going on in their city that they're wanting to go partake in. Something that I think is also a really good opportunity is for you to go and physically go to some of these places if you don't already have short B-roll clips. Reels are still a great way to get reach and to get more exposure. And fall and reels, if you just combine just the heavy interest there with the format that is probably the best format for growth on Instagram currently, I would combine the two. So if you don't already have video clips early on in when these places are opening up, go grab short B-roll clips, kind of zoom in on something, do a short pan, like short 3 to 5 second clips that you can use, and then you could save those to a folder and go back later. Now, one thing that you might consider also would be doing a YouTube video talking about what's going on in your city or town for fall, and then incorporating some of these B-roll clips as like kind of popping up in your video. So if you're watching this podcast episode on video right now, it would be, go enjoy the local pumpkin patch at, 123 Main Street. They're going to have the local bakery with their, pumpkin spice donuts, and then you have like a short video clip that comes up, on either side of your face or, across the screen, and it kind of pans that little pumpkin patch or maybe the bakery and their donuts, right? So these are short video clips that you could then use. And then next year when fall comes back around and you're promoting your fall content again, you have a little folder on your phone with all these little clips, and you can reuse these because nobody's going to remember that you're reusing these clips that you shot last year or the year before. As long as the place is the same, the aesthetic, the vibe, it doesn't really matter. Even if they change decorations or something, it still conveys what they can expect, right? So this is a great opportunity for you to just be really intentional with a season that people are very interested in. Create the content, distribute the content in multiple formats. Think searchable format, blog or YouTube video, think Instagram, TikTok, social media content. I will say every single year, my TikTok content on fall in Phoenix and pumpkin patches and haunted houses goes crazy for a couple of months. And it's kind of, again, that like evergreen seasonal type of effect, because throughout most of the year, people aren't engaging with those videos on TikTok. But when the fall season starts coming around, it starts getting brought up, I think, in people's feeds again, or maybe they're searching something, and then the videos start getting attention and traction. And so that is something that I would consider is, what can you do that's going to make it so your content's going to work for you. And every fall, people are going to be looking for this type of content. They want to know what's going on. Even if it's the same exact stuff that was happening last year, you're going to have somebody that doesn't know about something. You're going to have somebody that's not going to remember about all the events, or they just want, it brought to them conveniently, and they're going to appreciate the content. So think searchable content, think content that can help you, and be around every season or every fall season for the next couple of years. And then think about ways that you can grow your email list with this, whether it's putting together a seasonal lead magnet or it's putting together some kind of printout that you're going to mail people. They're going to have to sign up, and they're going to need to give you their name, their phone number, their email address, and their mailing address if you're mailing them something, right? So use this as an opportunity to grow your social media following, but also to grow your email and or mailing list. That way, you can stay top of mind with them with more local content, and then of course start weaving in real estate people who are not going to want to follow for real estate, they will just unfollow, unsubscribe, whatever it is after that, once they start seeing real estate stuff from you. But the people who are like, yeah, I want to stay connected. This person knows a lot about my local city and town. I want to stay connected with them. And then maybe one day if we're doing real estate, you have built in that value over time. But hyper local content is such an amazing way for you to grow your audience, grow your email list. And because it is so popular, fall is one of the ones that I would really zone in and target fall content, because I'm already seeing fall content all over my Instagram. Now I'm in Phoenix and I'm like dreaming of, like Vermont fall, which I've never experienced, but like it's just so hot here, right? So I'm seeing stuff on Pinterest that is like old fall content starting to like come back up in the search results, right? I'm seeing fall. And so it's the beginning of August right now. If you can take advantage of that and use it to connect with more local people or people who are relocating to your area, that is a great connection point to bridge the gap between you and them and real estate, because they care about local content and you care about your local community. So I hope this was helpful. I think there's a lot of things that you can come up with, and it doesn't have to be complicated. I feel like when it comes to local and events and things to do and stuff, it's not really complicated. It's just more so putting it together. And honestly, it doesn't need to be anything that is super aesthetic like all the time. If you're doing an Instagram reel and have a short B-roll clip and then have, a list go down, this is the type of content that people care about. And sometimes it doesn't need to be perfectly aesthetic and kind of put together ahead of time for it to have the impact and the growth that you want. So I hope this was helpful. If you are looking to establish your visibility both online, build your online presence, but also within your community, you want to build more relationships, better convert your leads, and connect with people in your local community and people that are relocating to your area, I want to invite you to join the Breakout Agent membership. This is a community and membership for real estate agents to bring you together as a community, but also provide you ongoing marketing trainings and support. So every single month, there will be a new pre-recorded video masterclass. There will be a live office hours Q&A call. If you can't attend live, you can watch the replay and you can pre-submit questions. That way you can make sure that we go over questions you have that month. Ongoing discussion, chat, an exclusive referral network to the members inside of that. And the first 100 members all will have founding member lifetime access. So instead of an ongoing membership, you pay $49 one time and you will get access to the membership for your lifetime. So that is something I'm super excited about, and I know it is going to be an amazing and beautiful community. I'm so excited for the people that have joined so far, and I hope that you will join us inside. And of course, if you have any questions about marketing, this podcast, topic ideas, guest ideas, let me know. You can come reach out to me on Instagram or reach out to me in the Modern Real Estate Mama Facebook group. I hope you have a great day and happy creation of fall content.